Are we off? There we are.
There we are.
Hey. I was trying to make the music louder so AJ would yell.
Oh.
And I forgot to hit the R for record.
I'm not yelling.
So
we did forget to mention what episode it was last time.
Oh, well, we put that on the post this time, I think.
Do we know what episode we're on? This is episode 13. Yeah, unless you're here, you'd like to know it's 13, then it's episode 14.
We had to skip over it like before.
Or have you been naming the podcast the one with?
Yeah.
The last one was the one with the toilet?
Yeah. I renamed them all. The one with something.
Nice.
Put a nice disclaimer in there for this episode sponsored by Disgusting Bodily Functions.
Well, I did tell. I was like, Kelly, have you listened to the last podcast? And AJ goes, I don't know if she even knows that story.
I mean, I wouldn't tell it to her before we got married.
What's a good call?
I keep getting motion detection outside. Do you think it's my neighbor?
Probably.
Stalking.
Messing with my yard. Spreading seeds.
Probably.
She's spreading
My
her
neighbor
seed.
is obsessed with my house.
Hey.
She's been obsessed with my house for 14 years. Since I've lived here. And probably before that. Because she was really good friends with the lady. And the lady that used to live here, she died like right here. Old age. Never met her. Apparently she was really nice. But they took care of the lawn for a lot of years. And now she's obsessed with my lawn. For the last 14 years.
Maybe she feels like you're getting up in age and she needs to take care of your lawn.
She's like 80 years old.
And she's hardcore, man.
She's nice, though.
She's not. Well, she won't shut up.
She was headbanging to my Mr. Brightside when I was rolling up Killers.
Nice.
I was here 5 minutes before I walked in the door because I told her, hi.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't talk to her. You talk to her, you're stuck.
Yeah.
I just did the wave.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't even acknowledge. She goes to church, so we're good. But I'm like, I'm not having to witness to her. So I'm like, hey, you're good. I'm good. You stay over there. I'm going to hang out over here. And the reason these shades are here is, no, I'm serious. When I first moved in, this wall behind you that's now black, it was red. And she knew, well, I painted it red. It used to just be wood colored. And I painted it red because I had like this Asian theme. Had a lot of like,
Right.
Chinesey stuff in here. Is that thing Chinesey? Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
Oriental. I had a big Oriental rug in here.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't think Oriental's okay anymore either.
There's a lot of things.
I'm okay with any of it. It was Chinesey. But as I'm painting this wall behind you red, I had to like rub it down with this stuff to take the varnish off so that the paint would stick. And then I had to put this like white primer and let it dry. And then I had to do some other coats and whatever. And she knew exactly how many coats of paint and everything that I did. Because I didn't have shades. She knew everything. She watched me. And after that, I was like, you know what? We're not. I mean, you're nice. I will be nice, but we're not going to get along. Yeah. Apparently, she had bought a bunch of plants for the old lady that used to live here. And when I moved in, I mowed them off because I didn't care. And so then when they started growing back, because I didn't mow for a couple weeks, she was like, I bought that flower for Mary and this, that. And when I was like, well, go get you a shovel. You can have them back. She was over here with a shovel for 2 days digging up stuff.
I'm just going to
You
apologize
didn't
now
have a
then.
mole. You had a next door neighbor.
Yeah.
She may come over here a little bit more then. I told her you'd be happy to talk about the podcast with her.
No. No, I don't even answer the phone.
She's like, you guys have band practice? I'm like, no, we're doing a podcast. I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to you about it anytime you want.
No.
No.
We could have a new
I'm out on
subscriber, man. New subscriber.
No.
The one with the neighbor.
All right. So,
When I went to college, there was a old lady who was around the campus. She was a wife of one of the professors, and she was like that. If you ran into her on campus, she would talk forever. And I remember I was late to one of my classes, like 15 minutes late, and I walked in. The professor was like, "Why are you late?" It's like, "I was walking here and ran into Mrs. Four Lines," and he went, "I understand." Absence excused.
Such,
No
a,
more
such a
explanation.
nice lady.
Yeah, super nice.
Super nice. She's like 120 now.
Yeah.
I don't know how old she is, but her and her husband like up there for real.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
hanging out on campus.
Well, her husband was when I was there was a professor, but only adjunct at that point.
Yeah.
But they named a whole revival after him. The Leroy Four Lines Lectures is what they call them.
My dad's name is Leroy.
It's a good name.
It's an old name.
4 lines,
Yeah.
Four Lines.
like FORE or FOUR?
FORLINES.
FOR. Okay.
Pretty cool family.
Right on. I'm more of a fan of the 5 lines.
The Four Lines.
Oh. If you can't tell, this is after a long day of work.
Yeah. My day wasn't long. I mean, I literally did nothing today. Like, I don't know if I should put that out there, but I didn't do a thing today.
Did you work?
No, I was at work.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do anything.
Did you install any outlets?
Nope.
Good to know.
Nope. I mean, I
you
did.
fart in
I
it?
helped pull in some, low voltage cable, but it's so easy. It felt literally it felt like I did nothing. I stood by some boxes that had wire coming out of them, and I would go like this, and pull the wire out of the box to make it easier for the guy that was pulling the wire at the other end.
So you went into work and you're like, I'm going to find the easiest thing to do.
That was what I was assigned.
Nice.
They were like, "You want to help pull in the low voltage cable?" I was like, "Can I stand by these
Sure.
boxes?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right then." So I stood by 6 boxes all day.
That's why we do snacks at work. It's the easiest job.
Snacks.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you already have
Well,
two
plus you
people
get
doing
to,
it.
one for the doctor.
Oh, yeah. Who needs lunch?
One for you, two for me.
for me.
I did have to make the deal with the kids. If I took their snack, I would have to pay them back double.
Well, see, you're just making bad deals. Like, I'm sorry, but
No,
if you ever
because
become a
then I just
financial
keep
advisor,
taking from them.
I'm not.
And then Jake goes, "Hey,
hiring
clean up
you.
a snack." And I'm like, "Keegan, you owe us." I'm like, "No, I don't. You guys have to pick up."
I don't know. I think you need to read Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal.
I feel like half America would hate me then.
Who cares?
Well, you're a Christian. 95%.
Yeah,
I'm already
of
halfway
the
there.
world, probably. Yeah.
There's my societal beef.
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 I made some beef ribs over the weekend. Beef spare ribs. Have you had these?
Spare ribs?
Oh man, they're good.
Is that the rib that you really don't need, so you just spare it?
Yeah. Well, actually, what I think it is. Now, I'm not a butcher,
Right.
but what I think it is they've
You,
got
you are a lot of things.
right, but I'm not a butcher.
Okay.
I
Squirrels would
think
say different.
okay, so like at the beginning of the Flintstones when they put the big rack of ribs on the car and it flips the car over or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think like when they butcher the cow, they have a giant rack of ribs. And then I think they put it through like a bandsaw and cut them into little short things. Because who can cook and eat ribs that are, 2.5, 3 feet long?
Right.
That was from a dinosaur, Steve.
Oh, I know it was, but pretend it was a cow.
It says ribs comes from pigs.
Spare ribs comes from pigs.
Well, pork spare ribs do. Beef spare ribs don't. They come from.
You just been saying spare ribs.
Now,
thought I
how do
said-
we know you're not a butcher? That's where you find a cow, get you some knives, and see what's what.
Why are we going to cows? We got plenty of squirrels.
No, we don't. Not anymore.
When's the last time you seen a squirrel at a butcher shop?
Hey, I've been
When
down
he went
south.
home to Wichita?
I'm the one that said it's normal to shoot a squirrel.
Yeah, I've got two that are being elusive out there, but
You got ninja squirrels.
yeah, well, they've caught on to the sound of the door opening. So I switched to above the sink window. They finally caught on to that, and I can't get a shot. So
You're gonna have to come out the front door.
I'm gonna have to sneak around the house, I think, next time. Yeah.
That's risky. You got a neighbor that's gonna see you open that front door and make a
Well,
beeline
but if I
to
have
you.
a gun in my, whether she knows what kind of gun or not, I doubt she's gonna come talk to me at that point.
No.
Steve's got a gun.
When you say squirrels, you don't mean neighbors, do you?
No. No. And also, when I mean butcher, I don't mean neighbors.
Just saying, when that house goes up for sale,
So you know what I realized this past week? That I can no longer do third grade math. Did I talk about that last time?
No.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
What's third grade math? Is that multiplication?
It's supposed to be.
Okay.
I don't even think this one was
So
multiplication.
is this
No,
is this
that's what the whole
because
thing is. It was teaching him how to multiply.
you don't know Common Core math?
I guess so.
Okay.
Because this third grader asked if I could help him, so I went over there and I was like, "Yeah, what do you need to do?" And the problem says, using factors 2 and 3, make a number array and show a number bond. And I went, "What?"
Bond. Number bond.
It's
Right.
like what's a number array?
This sounds like some sort of like futuristic weapon.
Yeah.
The thing
I was
is, I've been doing this for the last 2.5 weeks, and I think I've learned just as much as they have.
yes. So
Not much.
So I had to Google the problem to learn what they want. I was like, "Well, that's stupid." But here's what they want.
Why don't they just teach him like multiplication tables?
Because apparently kids can't memorize anymore. They have to make number arrays.
Well,
I couldn't memorize either, and I got grades to prove it.
I watched a video of that math and was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You could clean the kitchen and
I've seen a video where the guy starts doing the math problem in one video, right? And then he does a separate video that he puts in side by side. And in the second video, he gets dressed, finds his car keys, goes down the apartment complex, finds his car, drives to Starbucks, gets a Starbucks coffee, goes like to somewhere else, reads the paper, goes somewhere else, edits a song on his laptop, and then he goes home and he's still in the other video doing the math problem.
it's ridiculous, and yeah, I think it's in some way hurting a lot of the kids more than anything, because you're definitely seeing a wide range of academics. You have the kids who get it, because once you get it, you get it. But there's a big amount of them who don't.
Well, here's the thing. If I'm at work and I'm trying to figure out, like, let's say, I've got a speed control that handles 1.25 amps, and I've got two fans that are 60-watt fans, and I have to solve a math problem to figure out if one switch can control two fans by using Ohm's law, which is P equals I times E or E equals I times R. And I have to go, okay, so I got a 60 watt and 120 volts. I got to solve for I, which is your amperage, and I come up with 0.5 per, I can't come up with a number array. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I cannot sit there and I got to do a number. No, I got to figure out 60 divided by 120 is 0.5. 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1 amp. So 2 fans, 1 amp, totally good for 1.25 on your switch. I can't. That is irritating.
I'm just happy math still makes kids cry. One of the girls today was
it makes
crying.
adults cry. Yeah.
Yes, yes it does. Yes it
That
does.
almost made me cry.
What, you guys afraid of Ohm's law?
He's afraid of third grade math.
All right, well, we'll be back. We got to take a break.
Ohm's law? And hello. This is sponsored by Trey Meadows Church. We are located at
426 Emerson, Bonner Springs, Kansas 66012.
We have services every Sunday at 10:30. We will soon be doing children's church. All is welcome. We have a very lively group, I believe, and we're having a great time. All right, we are a congregation that is slowly and greatly growing. All right, I want you to be a part of this. Come and be a part of the action. Be part of the fun at Prairie Meadows Church.
Yeah.
Please reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns at prairiemeadowschurch.com.
Or you can check out our live stream every Sunday at 10:30
At 10:30.
on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
I like that we have a hype guy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prairie Meadows Church. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I enjoyed this morning. It was good.
It was a good service.
It was real good.
service.
Any live feedback happen?
Live
Did
feedback? No.
Oh, you didn't hear that last week then.
No feedback.
We will talk about last week's service.
No, it was a good time.
So Prairie Meadows Church, be there.
Yes.
That's what Jesus wants.
Yes.
It's true.
If you're a zip code folk, you should show up.
66012. Whoop whoop. And the is out.
His house. And his for CZ.
I'm sorry. These are really long commercials.
They're just 2 minutes.
Prairie Meadows Church. There we go.
I remember to turn it on first.
Good job.
So hopefully we'll remember not to upload the version that has no commercials since we're splicing them in. So sorry about old episode 11, I think it was.
Hey,
It should be fixed now.
Is it fixed now?
It should be.
Okay, right on.
if you're listening and you do hear one with no commercials, it just means you should sponsor us.
Yeah,
There you go.
I'd be down with that. I mean, depending on what you're
send
doing.
it in.
It's right there. 2-minute gap.
Check.
Money.
Or y'all could come to FBT Studio and record it here.
Yeah.
I mean, because technically they're sponsoring us too, which is me.
Oh. I mean, you're going to put out your address out there on the internets.
Well, y'all can call me at 913-940-0367 for FBT Studios, which is Free Beer Tomorrow Studios. And the reason I call it Free Beer Tomorrow is because you get free beer tomorrow, not while you're here. And
What
the
if
funny
they
thing
come
is,
back?
tomorrow never comes. It's always today.
Isn't that a Garth Brooks song?
I don't have
If
any idea.
tomorrow never comes. Yeah, I know Garth Brooks. I know my Garth, baby.
But Garth doesn't know you.
Hey,
I
that's
prefer
okay.
Chris Gaines.
I get it. Anybody else get it?
I did. That's his pop alter ego.
I was looking at Garth Brooks' song. See how close you were.
Do you know who?
Look up
If
Chris
tomorrow-
Gaines songs.
Do you know who Chris Gaines is?
No.
Look him up.
It might be a little bit before you.
Yeah, look up Chris
Just
Gaines.
slightly. What year was that album? Late 90s? Mid 90s?
I don't know.
96.
It's when he was popular enough to get away with it.
I'd say early
Is that when he came
90s,
out
but-
with, he did that Two Pina Colada song? If you like, no.
That's
One in each
give me
hand.
2 pina coladas, 1 for each hand.
1999.
Oh, look at him. Look at that man. Oh, my. You think he regrets that?
I hope.
Man,
The
that's
Soul Patch?
the soul. That's indie, that's like alternative rock look.
Yeah.
Like he should be
Is he wearing mascara?
he should be opening
Yes.
up for like Fall Out Boy and Blink 182.
That's not okay, Garth.
Hey.
You could get the greatest hits for $88.95.
Of Chris Gaines?
Yeah.
Isn't there only one CD?
I thought so.
Oh my!
See, 99. That's when he was popular enough for people like, okay, we'll get over it.
Anybody who can do an alter ego, I'm down with.
$88.95 for an audio CD.
How does it have 4.5 stars?
Hey, he's Chris Gaines is that good? I guess.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry out there in podcast land.
That is hilarious.
About
is.
Chris Gaines?
Yes. I'm sorry that you live in a world with Chris Gaines.
You know why that happened?
Why?
So he could pick
Is
up
because we
Trisha.
messed up. We got caught in the alternate universe because of our Mandela effect. That's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So in an alternate universe, Garth Brooks is popular as Chris Gaines.
Yes. And his CDs cost $88.95.
I'm glad we don't live in that universe.
I'm still really confused about Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines is Garth Brooks.
I don't know.
That is a poor decision.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you not see that picture?
I saw the picture.
That was Garth.
That was Garth.
Yeah.
I was stuck on the soul patch.
Yes. He couldn't get past the soul patch.
You think that's the look he picked up Trisha Yearwood with?
I'd like to hope.
That's what did it.
I think. I hope.
That look is what broke up his marriage.
No, that looks what made his first wife say, "I'm okay with our marriage being broken up."
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Like, it's okay. You can have him, Trisha.
Oh, wait. We're supposed to say stuff. Like, subscribe. We keep forgetting to do that.
It's always nice if you guys leave a comment.
Yes, leave a comment. Like,
Like.
subscribe.
We're still
Subscribe.
waiting on our first comment.
5 stars.
Have we given away our stuff yet?
No one's commented.
Gotta have somebody comment.
What about the guy that's listening in Ireland?
See, I
It
don't.
hasn't commented anything.
If we can
What
figure out who
about,
that
wasn't there
is.
somebody from like Somalia or something?
We're gonna have to up some buckage if we're sending it international here.
I can look it up and see. Let's see.
I just remember you said that there was another country, and I can't
Yeah,
remember
but there
what
was
it
more, and I forgot to send it to you.
Oh.
So here's the deal, guys. For our 10th episode, we decided to do a giveaway, and
Nobody wanted anything.
has won yet. So here's the deal.
Nobody wanted it. That's the problem.
No matter what
I'm
platform,
fired.
what platform you're on, Facebook,
Oh, are you ready for this?
iTunes, anything you can comment, YouTube or anything like that, and we can see it. The first person who does it gets some merch,
Yeah.
some 3 Men with Beards merch,
Leave their details.
and a hot date
Yeah.
with Keegan.
You got to
I need
tweet the
friends.
deets.
You'll be with friends.
No, I need friends.
You need friends.
Do we
Mine
have to
are
have
kinda
Twitter to
bad.
tweet the deets?
Anyway, so
Sounds feasible.
It's like tweet the details.
96% of our listens have been from the United States,
That's obvious.
but
Because I'm here. You guys are here.
we
are the
also have
96.
listens from India, Ireland, France, Germany, and Spain.
Wow.
I have heard that we were a pretty big deal in Spain.
So I don't want to burst your bubble, but I use a VPN. I don't think I've ever listened while
On an international.
pinned to India or I know I use the UK sometimes. Where else do I use?
Oh, you are a UK listener?
I might
You
be.
might be Mr.
That would be
Ireland.
classic.
I
I
have
might
a
be.
VPN, but I don't do anything other than YouTube or Facebook. So
It's Steve's alter ego,
Steve Gaines.
Steve Gaines.
Anyway,
See, right now, people think I'm in Dallas.
aren't we?
We are in Dallas.
Oh yeah, I use Hong Kong and Canada.
Oh, there's France down there. And Germany.
I've never used those though. This one I've used that one. And that one.
And this is so people can't steal your stuff, right?
Yeah, it makes it harder for them to track where you are, and I don't get okay. So have you ever had the phenomenon when you're like hanging out and talking to people or whatever, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get this, or what? Like, I need a new Swiffer wet jet, and then like you pop up Facebook and you get an ad for a Swiffer wet jet.
Yeah.
I don't have that anymore.
They have a show about that now on Netflix. The
Stuff
Social
for
Dilemma.
budgets?
No, the Social Dilemma about how
Well, I don't have Netflix anymore.
I was
We talked about that, Keegan.
last night. We have an Amazon Alexa
Yeah.
that has a screen on there. And out of the corner of my eye, because Renee was ordering dog treats, just so happened I happened to see over the corner just a little faded image. It was dog treats.
Big Brother.
Yeah,
You guys ever read the book 1984 by George Orwell?
seen the movie.
A long time ago.
Should read the book.
1984.
I don't want to be that guy, but the book is way better. I've seen it. I saw the movie too.
It's okay to be that guy.
The movie is, they did a really good job with the movie in terms of like how I pictured, because I read the book first, and how I like pictured the characters. They did a really good job. But the book is like, oh my goodness, so much better.
The books are always better.
And I didn't read it. I listened to it on audio.
See, that's
so-
how I'd have to do it. Because
Yeah.
I look at it and squirrels.
Right. Yeah, I'm the same way. You know, I mean, I'm too busy doing number arrays.
Number arrays.
Yeah. Isn't that what you said it was? Number array?
Yeah.
And
Man,
number bonds.
my brain is on it today. You know why? Because I stood by 5 boxes.
It did
At work,
nothing.
it did nothing.
See, if you knew what a number array was, you'd even be madder.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just a list of numbers?
No, it's like a factor of 2 and 3 is what it was. And it's 2 dots across 3 down to illustrate 2 and 3
Is that graph thing they do with the
with dots.
this number and this?
Yeah. And then you draw a circle of how many dots total and put like 6 in there. And then you draw one off and draw one off. And then you count the dots in each line. And they're like 3 and 3.
So what they're trying to do is trying to get the kids to show their work,
To count.
to count, and show their work. And you know how back in the day when we would do mental math and the teachers get mad because they thought you cheated? You know, so they show your work. Well, they've come with this whole plan where you have to show your work. And so they teach the kids from kindergarten all the way up how to do their math by showing work. So they cannot do mental math. It's all by dots.
Yeah. But couldn't they just say, you know, on the old math way? That makes
7
sense
times
way?
9, 63, you know?
Or,
something
I
like
mean,
that.
that, but if you have to show your work, just be like, write it down.
Yeah.
You can't just, because that's what they did when I was in school. They're like, here's a math problem.
Where's your one?
Show your work. You can't just whatever, right? So you would have to write out the problem in steps to do it. Even if you could do it in your head and you were like, boom, done, you still had to take the time to write it out. Why is that a problem? Because we got to put it in dots because nobody knows how to write no more.
I blame Obama.
Yes. It really might even have been George H. Or
Well, could have
not
been.
H.W., just George W.
Did he come out with the no kid?
I don't
Left
remember.
Behind?
He was no child left behind. Was Obama the Common Core thing?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I think that's been around for a little
It's
bit
been a
longer than
while.
that.
I couldn't remember.
I blame Bill.
There's a lot to blame on
he
Bill.
may not end up here next week then.
If I blame Bill, if I might not be here next week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Was that a murder joke?
Yes.
Keegan.
For those who didn't realize,
Now I'm the
Jacob,
director of RP.
Jacob has incriminating evidence against the Clintons.
Oh my!
No, how's that VPN looking?
So here's the thing: we got the VPN going, so we're safe there. But we've got Joel Osteen going after AJ. We've got Bill and Hillary going after, well, probably the rest of us.
All of us.
I call this job security.
Job security.
I'm pretty confident in my ability to take Joel, though.
I mean, I don't know.
You got Joel. You got Tony. And you and Tony okay now?
Yeah. Me and
They're
Tony's
going
fine.
to team up to fight
Take on the Titan.
to fight Smiley Thanos.
Hold on. What?
That's my nickname for Joel Osteen.
Oh, okay. I was like, hold on. Did I miss a podcast?
We missed an offended party.
When did the Smiley Thanos?
Can I call him Smiley Thanos? I think that's a really, really great thing to call him.
But Joel seems not intimidating.
No, he's not.
Not at all. But those incisors,
Yes.
those are like shields.
Yes. That is true.
So you're gonna have to hit him somewhere else,
Yeah.
in the nose.
Anyway, so
Well, that's funny because my other nickname for him is Big Nose. So
that one's less original.
Smiley Thanos.
So
I don't know. I call President Trump Orange Thanos. So
you're talking about steak sauce?
Okay.
what about steak sauce?
Yeah.
You said
Are
yes.
we rolling right into the societal beef?
Let's get this. Do we have time for the societal beef in this one? Oh yeah.
I say yes.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
No, you go first, buddy.
All right. So here's the deal. If you are a waiter or waitress, and someone in your establishment orders a steak, do not offer them steak sauce. You want to know why?
Steak's awful.
Because
We
I mean,
automatically assume
Your
if
steak's
you're a
bad.
steak aficionado,
Your steak.
your
is bad.
steak is horrible.
Yeah.
If you have to bring sauce, your steak is bad.
And if I have to order sauce,
It means it's real bad.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, societal beef. No steak sauce offering at restaurants.
What is steak sauce? I've never had it.
Like A1.
Because, I've never had it because I've always gone on, if you can't give me something that I can't eat without sauce, then I'm not going to eat it.
I want to say it's very vinegary, but it's been a long time since I've tried it because I learned how to make a really good steak at an early age. So,
Yeah.
is it
A1
vinegary? Does it have Worcestershire sauce or what?
A1's
Sure it does.
A1's pretty vinegary. I'm not an A1 fan.
Yeah.
I like Heinz if I'm gonna use a sauce.
Heinz 57.
I'm pretty sure it's prunes.
You might as well just throw ketchup on there, bro.
I have a
I
friend
don't
that
eat it on my steak.
I have a friend
okay.
that puts
What
ketchup
do you
on
put it on?
everything.
Hot dogs?
So
Sometimes like pork chops or something.
I can see that.
Chicken.
are you pro ketchup on everything?
I am anti-ketchup
No.
all the time.
Okay, so I
All
don't
the
put. I went and we had Noodles and Company at work. A couple.
You put ketchup in your noodles?
No, but my coworker did.
Who?
oh,
Was it the
She-
guy with the weird mustache?
No, she straight up squirted.
You sure it wasn't sriracha?
No, this is ketchup. I saw it,
Okay.
and she goes, "Yes, yes, I put ketchup in my mac and cheese."
Shall we?
Who does that?
I
put- I have
I did that when I
Does
was
this
like
person
5.
start with an S?
Yes,
I have been known.
That explains so much about this person.
yeah, but
I have been known in the
I'm
past.
not going to say her name because I'm pretty sure she listens.
Well, you could say her name. It's fine.
I did.
Ketchup lady.
But I just thought it was
Ketchup
weird.
Thanos.
He acts like he won't hear about it.
Oh, I probably will. She'll probably next week. I'm gonna get a text. But how dare you? No, I just never seen anybody do that before.
I mean, I used to do it when I was like 5.
Yeah, I was a ketchup everything when I was 5.
Like
Yeah.
your daughter's a ranch everything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's because ranch is good.
My wife hates ranch.
Ranch is pretty good.
Wingstop
Ranch is
has the
great.
best ranch.
I prefer
They are
the
pretty
blue
good.
cheese on the
The blue cheese.
on wings.
I'm starting to.
I'm not a blue cheese fan.
Just on wings though. I mean, no other time.
No, blue cheese nasty.
But you
It's
know,
like curdled milk.
yeah,
But Wingstop has
what cheese
but
is.
yummy. Yeah,
So,
but yeah, I'm just saying, like the ketchup, A1, the whole thing on a steak. And by the way, societal beef number 2, or kind of point 1, whatever. I can't do math. Hang on,
Make your
let me
number
do my
array.
number array.
You could do Omen's Law.
Ohm's law, yeah, I use that at work. But if you cook your steak past medium, just order the chicken.
See, I'm a chicken guy anyways.
Wait, you like steak?
I like chicken better than steak.
Cut it off the cow, throw it on my plate.
Like, do you like
oh yes.
BC quality image.
Yes.
Why is everybody looking at their watches?
BC Quality Image is also a 5 star restaurant. 5 star. 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 5 s a sponsor of the show, ran by our main man Bruce behind the camera. You can't see him, but he is rocking a magnificent beard now. We pulled him over to the beard side. But BC Quality Image, I don't know, can you see the merchandise over here, Bruce? He printed out our 3 Men with Beards merchandise. If you want a 3 Men with Beards shirt or hat or cap, just let us know. We'll hook you up for a great price. He printed Jacob's infamous tiger shirt, which is awesome.
Slow down. It's 2 minutes long.
I've gotten so many compliments on that shirt.
Yes.
You wear it out in public?
It's gotten
Sometimes.
Keegan dates, but not Jacob yet. But yes, BC Quality Image.
He also made me some sweet hats.
Sweet hats.
Yeah.
Nice.
He can print on anything.
Yes, very affordable as well.
Yes. So whatever you can concoct in your mind and be like, I think this should be on a shirt, he can put it on a shirt for you.
Here we go. Man, see, everybody see my hat here. Here we go.
So yes, for all your printing needs, BC Quality Image. Not only does he make quality merchandise, but he's also the most attractive print man I've ever seen.
That's true.
Yes. Feel better?
Yeah.
The weather station.
Did you guys get your iOS updates?
I did.
I've had it since July.
It's weird.
Actually, since June.
You don't like it?
The widget thing is weird.
Everything's going full circle. We were at work and they were talking about how awesome it is. I was like, I used to have that on my MacBook.
Yeah. I think they still do on.
Yeah. They're just now bringing it to the phone.
I don't know. I don't know how to work my computer. So I thought it was on there. I don't even know.
But I agree. No steak sauce on the steak.
Yeah. I mean, it needs to be, like if you threw a defibrillator on it, it would resuscitate. That's about as much as it needs cooked.
Clear. Moo.
Yeah.
See,
I remember one time I was talking with our friend Nathan, and he was complaining because he's like, my steaks always turn out so gross. Why can't I get it to taste like I can at Texas Roadhouse? I said, what are you doing to these steaks? He's like, well, I buy all these marinades and I marinate them. Blah, blah. I'm like, there's your first
Marinades
problem.
do nothing.
It's like, don't marinate your steak. If you want it to taste like Texas Roadhouse, this is what you do. You take your steak out, you let it warm up a little,
Room temperature.
and you salt and pepper it, and go put it on the grill.
Yeah.
Heavy salt.
Heavy salt,
And
heavy pepper,
Yeah. And go
garlic powder.
Yeah. And grill it.
Grill it. Done. 2 minutes aside.
He texts me later, like, I just grilled the best steak of my life.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're overthinking.
It's not hard. Yeah, and then you have to. You could make it a little complicated. I mean, do you want to do the sear? Like, you want to pan sear it, or do you want to do the reverse sear on the grill, or?
I just grill it.
So you got to think about it a little bit.
So all you steak
Just a
people out
little
there,
bit.
Quit working so hard.
But yeah, if you're making nasty steaks at the house, it ain't hard.
it ain't hard to make a nasty steak.
It ain't hard to make a. Well, it's not hard to make a good steak.
That reminds
You know.
me. I have a
Yeah, but-
IOU from a barbecue company in Texas that I may call upon.
Oh, okay.
They said they said email us because Texas barbecue is better than Kansas City, and I said
Shut your filthy
you're
mouth.
stupid.
So I want to I don't know where the video is, but I saw this video. It was on Facebook, and they took people that had defected from North Korea, and they were living in South Korea and China, and they brought them all to this like American style barbecue place, and they ordered a bunch of American sauces. So they had Gates and some Sweet Baby Ray's and Famous Dave's and some of these places, and these people in North Korea had only been eating like whatever they could find, and I think the government provided them with pork. So really, the only meat they'd ever eaten in their entire lives was pork. And so anyway, they feed them this like American style barbecue, and hands down, all of them said that Kansas City barbecue was the best.
It is.
That's because it is.
I sat at a funeral of my former roommate and announced to everybody that Kansas City barbecue was the best, and he was wrong
Yeah,
about Texas.
yeah.
At a few.
There are elements.
At the I got told like 30 minutes before the funeral started, like, "Hey, you're speaking at this
Oh.
because you were his roommate and you knew him better in college than anybody." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I brought up how
So here's the thing: there are elements of other
agreed.
types of barbecue, if added to the Kansas City barbecue, are wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, the coleslaw on the barbecue sandwich. That's a North Carolina thing,
Yeah.
or maybe South Carolina.
So,
No.
The Carolinas. But wonderful with our stuff.
yeah.
But
I will say I
get
had it first.
You get it there, it ain't good.
They had marbled brisket, and I've never had that up here before.
Marbled?
Yeah,
What is this?
down in Texas they had marbled brisket.
What do they marble it with?
I don't know, but this thing melted. It was
Usually marbling is fat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
When it comes to talking about meats.
Brisket
Yeah,
can
but-
have a tremendous amount of fat on it.
Yeah.
this.
So, I
This thing was
remember when I
amazing.
went to college, and where I was at North Carolina barbecue, since Tennessee obviously borders North Carolina, North Carolina barbecue was huge.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I like barbecue. Let's eat some North Carolina barbecue. I'm down.
No.
And they go and they serve it up. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, this is a barbecue. He's like, no, this is pig and vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
that's
all
not,
pork.
and vinegar. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is, it's not bad, but it's not barbecue.
No.
And then one of my friends in college from North Carolina is like, well, what do you know about barbecue? He's like, you do know where I'm from, right? He's like, no, Kansas City. He's like, so? Like, have you ever used KC Masterpiece on anything?
Oh, that's nasty now.
It is
though.
nasty.
It is now.
But he's like,
It was
yeah.
good back in the day.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah,
crap.
my mom uses it all the time. And I went, what do you think the KC stands for?
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
KC Masterpiece is what everybody uses to make their barbecue taste better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here
A
and
lot
here's-
of restaurants use that too, and it's like,
No, it's disgusting. It was good when I was a kid, when it was still local. When they sold it to craft.
Yeah.
This
Ruined.
reminds me.
high fructose corn syrup,
Yeah.
everything.
The beef that I have with Kansas City barbecue, though,
You can talk louder.
the beef I have with Kansas City is Arthur Bryant's.
Overrated.
Yeah,
It is
very
so
overrated.
bad.
Yeah, it's
Overrated.
Not good. Why do you think the one closed?
I didn't know it closed.
Yeah, the one with the legends gone.
Best sauce.
No, that one was disgusting. Now the one
'Cause, like,
downtown.
I was at the
original-
original one.
Really?
Yeah.
Last
So
time I ate there was pretty
surprising.
good.
well, so Mid America plays. Sometimes they play the games at the Kansas City Youth Academy right there. And 2 years ago, we had games down there. I was like, heck, I'm gonna take this chance to grab Arthur Bryant's. I hear how great it is. I waited in line for an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and it was underperformed.
Yeah.
Thing about barbecue, worst restaurant in the world to go into, because you're going to serve bad barbecue at any given point during the day.
Yeah.
Because you cannot predict, so, but
I don't
Arthur
know.
Bryant's and Gates is probably my favorite.
The one downtown, the Arthur Bryant's downtown, I like. But if I'm going downtown, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to the Freight House.
Yeah, I've not been to the one downtown.
Jack Stack down there is amazing.
I only tried the Arthur Bryant's
Yeah.
at the Legends, and I'm not a fan.
No, it was horrible.
Not a big fan of Jack Stack either. I don't like their sauce.
Really?
I don't like their sauce either.
It's
But
my third favorite up here.
It tastes like celery to me.
What about Joe's?
Second.
You got to go to the one in the
Olathe.
old gas
You have to
station.
go to the old gas station one.
I haven't been to that one.
The one in Olathe is not too bad.
The one in Olathe is a lot better than the one off of over
Agreed.
by the
Because the one in
old
Olathe
Sprint campus.
is what I had. But the Papa Bob's, I really liked.
Yeah.
I like
No, they
the
were great.
I like the habanero sauce.
Yeah. The nuclear sauce too. The wing
Nuclear
sauce.
sauce, pretty good.
And then
See,
they,
and I like Roscoe's,
they
but
shut down.
you can't go there anymore because they closed like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just during the day, so they get all the businesses.
Yeah.
My favorite spot is Q39.
Overrated.
good.
Wow. I mean,
I
very expensive.
it's yeah. It's
I've still
expensive.
never tried it.
Quicks was
Okay.
my favorite. They all closed. Except the one that's a gun shop now, and you can buy frozen ribs from them.
Do they have spare ribs?
The other day, we
Make a
tried, and I haven't ate there forever, but it was actually really good. We went and got Wyandotte barbecue,
Yeah.
Which one? The one
the one on State.
on State. See, the last time I ate there, I got the diarrhea.
Was that the one your dad didn't like?
That's
But-
the one he got the diarrhea from.
Yeah, the one
I didn't get the diarrhea.
I got the
thought it was
diarrhea from that
fantastic.
one. The one over off 75th Street in Overland Park, that Wyandotte. Every time I've ate there, it's been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're not from Kansas City, yes, we have like 300 barbecue restaurants.
All slabbed up. I gotta say, in a pinch, that's
Pretty much all better than Texas.
really, really good. The one up by the Ford dealer or whatever.
Yeah.
In Leavenworth.
And
Lansing.
One of the better turkeys, too.
Yeah.
I always smoke turkeys and everything, and they do a pretty good job.
The
They have-
worst barbecue restaurant that we have, I don't know what it is. I'm not naming names.
No, it's Famous Dave's.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry, if you got one worse, I'm down. But
Famous Dave's bad.
Well, Famous Dave's, I don't consider Kansas City barbecue.
no, that's like
It's a
Texas
chain.
barbecue, I think.
Yeah.
It's a chain.
Yeah.
So
I did get excited though when they opened a Famous Dave's in Nashville, because it was the closest thing to Kansas City style barbecue when I was living there. That I made Kelly go to. She's like, "Why are we driving so far?" And I was like, "Because
Isn't it Texas barbecue? They do the mustard sauces.
it's a Georgia. Texas doesn't do Texas doesn't do sauce. They
Yeah,
just do
they're-
rubs.
The rubs,
that's right.
yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, but Famous Dave's has the mustard sauces.
They have the Georgia. They only have one.
Famous Dave had the good drunken apples. That was about all I could steal from there.
so Visit KC has a new app of barbecue tours that just gives you
Right
all
on.
the barbecue spots and different tours
So
that you can take.
Did we get there to the worst one you were talking about?
No, I'm just saying the worst that we have is still better than Texas barbecue.
Well, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say what Famous Dave's does well is their chicken though.
Yeah.
They make good chicken.
Yeah. I had some weird bowl thing there that was pretty good, but
So didn't you say you had a beef too, Jacob?
I did. Do we have time for my beef?
Yeah, we had like 12 minutes. We've been rambling like 10 minutes about barbecue.
I mean,
That
I'm
was
down.
unexpected.
I'm sorry, his
I
beef
mean-
brought on my beef.
I'm down for barbecue.
now I'm
You want
hungry.
to do the tour sometime? The bucket list tour, founders tour.
Before I start my beef, Church in the Dark is starting up.
All
It is coming back. And it's coming back with a vengeance.
We're bringing it back.
October 2nd at 9 p.m. Not a.m.
11 a.m.
Not a.m. That's church in the morning. That's not happening. Only on Sundays. But Church in the Dark is on. There it is. October 2nd. It's a Friday. I think we're going to try it on Fridays this time for season 2. Look forward to it. I'm thinking Nerf guns might make an appearance
I think that would be
got three.
fantastic.
at some point.
And
Nerf.
I think that we need to have another neutral person there to join in to film,
Okay.
since we know how to do that now from the last podcast.
I can maybe get the gyroscope handles. My boss has one.
Like a selfie stick?
No,
No,
so
like one of those real expensive things.
They're really-
basically to study it,
That-
steady it, so it
Stay
doesn't
steady.
look like it's
Oh, you got an iPhone?
and that you can.
It's got
doesn't
that
look like
built in.
the bad Blair Witch. But quit. Jacob
Quit
has
picking
beef,
it up.
man.
Sorry.
Beef. Okay, so my beef might trigger some people, but that's all right.
Yeah, Joel.
All right.
Bill.
My thing is that it's constantly been berated. Maybe it's just me and my Facebook feed, and I've seen it, where the Christians have been berated and pretty much called bigots, Bible thumpers, and all this because of all the Black Lives Matter and all about trans rights and things like that, and how churchgoers or church people don't understand and things like that. I have friends that are gay, and I have friends that are bi. That's their prerogative. That's their thing. Doesn't mean I'm not going to love them and things like that.
Right.
We can believe different things and still be cordial and have fun and hang out. How hard is it to do that? And today,
If you're a dude that likes to wear a dress, come on to church.
Yeah.
We don't care.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: but when you go and belittle at me and what I believe, and call my God make believe God in the sky, I take that to heart.
Yeah.
And I take it as a stab in who I am, and things like that. And I don't do that to anybody else. I don't go around stabbing their God or making fun of them and things like
Yeah.
that. But that's what it is. It's pretty much taking the Bible and putting it on the ground and stomping on it,
Yeah.
And I don't appreciate it. And
I've thought a lot about this, actually. And you guys tell me if you have a difference of opinion on this. But I look at this and I think, we as Christians, we're exercising our constitutional rights to have a belief system, and we want to try and live it the best we can.
right,
And our personal spiritual beliefs are sometimes going to be in contrary to the U.S. Constitution
correct,
and to the rights and the freedoms that people have to, if they want to, not believe, or if they want to alter their body to change what they are, or if they want to live in what we think is a sinful way. It's their right to do so, and I will stand by them to protect their right to do whatever they want. But at the same time, they have to understand I have a spiritual belief that's my personal spiritual belief, and that's different. There has to be a compartmentalization.
Yeah.
Me and AJ have had this conversation multiple times. What was it, the big thing where they wanted to build that, was it the mosque over there by 9/11 or something there,
Yeah.
things like that, and we didn't have an issue with it.
Right.
And here's the problem, because if we can go around and tell people other religions and what they can build and where they can build it, where is it going to get to the point where the government's going to start telling us when we can worship and where we can worship? And
They
what
already
we
have
can
been.
do? Yes, they have.
Well, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they have. They have taken it out of the schools and things like that. But here's the deal,
Well, I just mean even more recently with like mask mandates and you can't meet more than this many people and all this stuff. They're already doing that. But guess who they didn't do it to? The other religions. They just did it to us.
Yeah.
So
And, it's just, it boils down, you see all these Facebook feeds about them teaching, Muslim beliefs in school, and you just get up in arms about that. I'm like, it's not really them getting up in arms about that. It's just that they do that, but they won't teach Christian beliefs.
right.
I'm
Exactly.
not saying they should just be strictly Christian, but,
Right.
if they're going to have a religious class, have a religious class.
Yeah.
Or, there are a lot of people that are upset, and I might trigger some people, but it's okay. They don't support our church anymore because we're self-supporting. But when the gay marriage passed, a lot of people were upset and like, what do you think about that? I'm like, it doesn't take away from my marriage at all. They're seeking approval from the government. Our marriage is based on approval from God.
Right.
They want a paper,
Right. I'm kind of like get government out of all marriage personally. But, whether it's hetero or homo or whatever,
As long as they're not saying I have to perform gay marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but it's not destroying, it's not affecting me,
Yeah.
not affecting my marriage.
So I'm with you 100%, man. I'm like, I hate to see that people get so upset because, we as a Christian people have taken kind of a hard stance because God, in the book that he gave us, he took a hard stance.
Mm-hmm.
And he used some pretty rough language to talk about that stuff. But ultimately, once Christ came, he told us, love people. So when it comes down to it, we just got to love them. It doesn't matter what they're doing necessarily. Let's get them to Jesus, and then it should all kind of work itself out.
I always try to make sure I live a life to the best of my abilities to show Christ's love.
Yeah.
And to reach other people and things like that. So when I see somebody post something like that on Facebook who I haven't been in contact with in the past and things like that, and not just for a little while, for long periods of time,
Yeah.
and they know me and what I do and things like that, it's almost a stab at me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially if I'm someone who have taught them certain things.
Right.
Have I not taught you love? Have I not shown you love? Have I not gone out of my way to do things for you and things like that? And Christ is like, it's a stab and it's a hurt. Like, what have I done wrong to make it feel like I have judged you in a certain way? Because if I have, please tell me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a flawed human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And
We're all flawed.
It's just
And-
scary. It's just scary what they believe too. Because I saw on Facebook today, one of the people like Jacob was talking about did a post like, if you say you support the troops, you know, but don't support violent uprisings in the communities, then you need to shut up. And it's like, what?
That's
It's
makes no sense.
And I was like, what do I do if I support the troops going into the violent uprisings to calm down?
Right.
You know, what do I do then? But it's just like, it's a false, you know, it's a fallacy. You know, yeah, supporting the troops is violent. But when I say that violence is not the answer, you shouldn't burn down your own city.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That just makes things worse on you.
And I mean, what's sad is with the Black Lives Matter is all this, they're burning down. A lot of it's black-owned businesses.
Yeah.
How are you helping Black lives then?
Well, what? There was that story last week about the business that had, hey, we support Black Lives Matter, we stand with them, and they got vandalized and trashed
Yep.
and looted by the protest.
Yeah. Yeah, they posted it on the thing. I'm like, it's just crazy.
Yep.
This world needs Jesus, y'all.
A lot of Jesus.
Major amounts of Jesus.
We're definitely getting close to a point where we're going to have to stand. And hopefully what we do in our everyday lives is enough to show people's love. And I know I do it every time I preach and things like that. If you say you attend Prayer Meadows Church, please, when you go out there, do not act a fool. Don't. And better yet, if you say you're a Christian, do not go out in public and act crazy and a fool. You know? Do not represent, and I tell my kids this at my program, you represent me when you go out into public. You represent your family when you go out to public and act a fool. Have I not taught you better than that?
Yeah. Don't act a fool,
Has
but
God's word not taught you better than that?
It doesn't say we're supposed to that we will be viewed as strangers and aliens in this world. So I mean, don't act a fool, but people are still going to think you're weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's just, it's because the world hates Jesus.
Yeah. And if you're a Christian out there and you're listening and you need somebody to help you be bold, because the bottom line is there's on social media there is a huge presence of what you're talking about. People posting about that, and I have not seen, at least on my feed, a large group of bold Christians that are trying to counteract that in any sort of loving way. Mm-hmm. You know, because it's not even like, it's either, you know, that side where they're like, hey, we're, you know, trying to be all about this transgender, gay rights, all this stuff, and then there's either silence or it's somebody acting a fool, exactly like what you said they should do.
Yeah.
There's nobody being loving.
I think that's the key. You gotta be loving.
Yep. So,
It's good stuff.
Like, subscribe, share.
and don't put A1 sauce on your steak.
Tell a friend.
And check out Jacob's website.
And if you're a dude in a dress, check out Prayer Meadows Church. We'll love you.
I'm going to show up next week in the dress.
If you're a dude in a dress, don't be offended that we said dude in a dress, because, look, bottom line, the British think it's funny. I also think it's funny.
Your son of J.K. Rowling.
All right, well, we'll see you next time.
Damn, JK. Oh.